In this video, I'll be showing you how to zip files and then combine those zipped files into a single zip file that you can then send to an endpoint. So in this sub-process, in this main process, we have a sub-process that is inputting two sets of data. So we got test value 1 and test value 2. On branch 1, test value 1 will get named for SFTP. And test 2 will also get named for SFTP. If your endpoint is not SFTP, you'll have to configure that file name for whatever endpoint it is. But all that still is to name the file. After the file is named, it is then zipped up into a .zip file and returned to the main process. In the main process, those two zip files will be returned at the same time and will be zipped again into a single zip file, which will then be named just like the other two files and can be sent to an endpoint. So if we run this, it will go into the sub process, run branch 1, and branch 1 will name the file, and then it will get zipped up, return the document. Same thing will happen on branch 2. So for the return data, we have two sets of data that are both zipped up. It's very similar data, so the zip will look pretty similar too. But then in the main process, you'll get the two documents out at the same time. They'll get zipped again into a single file that then can be sent to your endpoint. Now, if you do not have a sub-process, what will happen is branch 1 will forward run, and it will zip the data from branch 1, and then it'll zip again in the second zip process, and the same thing will happen for branch 2, resulting in two zip files that are zipped twice, as opposed to two zip files that are combined into one zip file. Now, to show how to unzip this, you can copy out two data process shapes, so both configured to be unzipped, and we need two because the first one will take the zip and separate it back into the two original zips, and then the second one will output the actual data because it'll unzip the original two zip files back into the original data. So these last two unzip connectors will need to be at the very end, or they'll need to be at your endpoint. This is after your data would be set, but you can see after the first one, it's still two original files. Then at the stop shape, after this second unzip process, you get the actual data back. And that is it.